This is Bryant Myers, and this is video number 2 where we're going to go over the iMORE biofeedback system. This is a state-of-the-art biofeedback. It's called iMORE, which stands for Interactive Monitoring and Regulation System. And what it does is it uses an infrared phthysmograph is what it's called. And this phthysmograph will monitor, when you hook it up to your finger using infrared light, your heart rate and heart rate variability, or the intervals between consecutive heartbeats, and how that varies from sort of interval to interval. And we'll go over that a little bit later. But it'll use that data as a biofeedback loop so you can adjust the intensity up or down in the unit. And that makes using basically the iMRS like putting it on autopilot. Makes it very easy, very customized, and no other system on the market has this. So when you get your iMORE, which most people do order it with their system right from the beginning, you're going to get 4 things. You'll get, of course, the finger sensor. You'll get the hard case to store it in, an instruction manual, and we're going to go over everything, but make sure you do read that. And you'll get the right SD card. It'll already be in your unit, or it might be, as we mentioned in the unpacking video, it might be in a little yellow envelope. But you'll have everything correct that you ordered with the unit. If you order it later on, you'll get a new SD card, and all you have to do is replace that. So it does work with all 3 systems, the WellFit, Complete, and Professional. So you can order it as an accessory with all 3 systems. And now when you actually get it and you're ready to plug it in, and even before we turn the unit on and go over how to use it, you can see, hopefully you can, there's a little notch right here. Okay, this is important that you see that. And that little notch you need to line up when you click in the actual sensor. And I mention this because some people, they don't line it up properly. And you can see right on top here there's like a little groove. And that groove needs to be lined into the notch, so that way you'll get like a nice click when you click it in. So when you line those up, which I'm doing right now, you'll just click all the way in. You'll hear like a nice little click, and it should be very flush with the port. So that's very important, because sometimes when I troubleshoot with people, they don't have it plugged all the way in and they say it's not working, when really they just didn't line up the groove properly. So okay, so now next we're going to turn the unit on. We're going to go over how to use the iMORE. Okay, once you're going to turn your unit on, and if you watch the first video, I taught you how to turn the contraindications off, so you should be able to go right to the main screen. And just to make sure that you know that everything is turned on, you're going to see there's a soft key that says Option. And when you hit the option, you're going to see here that iMRS iMORE. So we're going to arrow down to iMORE and press Enter. And you can see that it's already by default turned on. So you can turn the iMORE on and off, and you're probably not going to need to turn it off. In fact, if you don't want to use it, you just don't even have to put it on your finger. So we'll just press Enter and escape out of here. So basically, once the system, the iMORE is going to just stay on. You don't have to turn it off every time, or turn it on or off every time. Just leave it on. And when you do your session, we have it set to, as you saw, we had it set to 8 minutes, level 25. And when we press the Start Stop button now, okay, so you can see in the upper right hand corner, there we go, you can see that it's starting to measure the heartbeat. You can see the little heart beating. So as long as the heart is beating, you know that it's working, that the iMORE is plugged in and it's working, and you can just lay down and relax. Really, that's all there is to it. I mean, as long as that little heartbeat is going and you see a heart rate, and we'll go over, and we're going to have an advanced part to this video. But right now, I just want to show you how to use it. And that's really all you have to do. And at the very end of the application, you're going to get a graph, and I'm just going to put that on the screen right here. And that graph, now this is just the basic overview. The graph is simply basically what your body needed for that session. So there's really ultimately nothing to interpret or try to understand. The one little line that's going up and down, that's your relative heart rate variability score, or sometimes we just call it a benchmark. And that relates to, and we're going to go over this in more detail, it just kind of relates to your heart rate variability, if it's low or if it's high. And the bars that you see at the end are just the intensities that were selected, which is exactly what your body needed for that given session. So really that's all you need to know. And so if you just want to get started without having to understand the intricacies of how everything is calculated, you don't have to watch the next part. But if you do want a little more advanced understanding of the HRV, do continue watching.